So, what is the number one question that I get in my one on one coaching sessions that we receive via email, that we see on the YouTube comments? And that is, will my ex come back? That is definitely one of the top ones that we see. So, I wanted to create this video to provide you with some insight, right? Some recommendations and maybe some things to consider if that is a position that you find yourself in, if that is where you are at mentally and emotionally, and you continue to ask yourself this question. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you've already been part of the community for quite some time, welcome back. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Danny, and I am one of the head coaches here at Love Advice TV. Um, and yeah, so let's not waste any time and let's jump right into the question of, will your ex come back? Number one, it is incredibly important to ask yourself and to really reflect on the reasons for the breakup. I think so often um, people will kind of bypass that and just focus on, will they come back? Will they come back? Do I have a chance? How do I get them to come back? Should I reach out? Should I not reach out? What do I say? How do I say it? And all of those things are important. All of those things do impact and affect your ability to reconcile and repair the relationship. But it's incredibly important that we look at what happened and why it happened. That is the very first step. What resulted in the breakdown of the relationship? Because how are you supposed to know how to reattract this person, how to fix the relationship? And to be quite honest with you, sometimes decide that the relationship is probably not the best thing to try and reconcile without actually analyzing and reflecting on the relationship itself and what caused it to break down. Was there issues with communication, intimacy, conflict resolution, trust? All of these things are very important. And then we have to take into consideration how the breakup happened, right? How the relationship ended. Was it a hostile breakup or was it an amicable breakup? Did you guys end things on a really bad note? Because if that's the case, that is going to take some extra time to try to work through, which leads me to my second point. How much time has it been since the breakup? Has it been a few weeks? Has it been a few months? Has it been a few years? And I say this not because your chances are impossible if it's been months or years, because I have worked with many people in the past who reconnect after months or after years. But this does play an important factor on how you approach the situation. And it also tells me how much time you have invested into self development and healing and processing. And if this is your first time hearing any of this, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I know part of you might be like, damn it, I wish I had like heard this before, or I wish I had this information earlier on. And I understand that. But there's no point in beating yourself up and making yourself feel bad, because all you are doing is you are contributing to your insecurities and that negative thought pattern, which is not going to help you in any way to reattract your ex. What you need in this moment is self-esteem, self-confidence, and really embracing your identity. You know, who were you when you guys met? Were you a completely different person? Were you more carefree? Were you more adventurous, exciting? Were you better at communicating? What attracted you two to each other? You know, sometimes going back and really thinking about those things can be helpful to position yourself in such a way that you can reattract this individual, if that is what you are choosing to do, right? That is completely your choice. If you were somebody who's watching this video and you're like, why the hell would I want to reattract my ex? That's your call. And I respect that. And I think everybody should respect that, because you are making that decision for yourself. But if you are choosing to reattract your ex, again, these are all things that you're going to have to take into consideration. And the last thing to take into consideration here is, what is the dynamic between the two of you post breakup? Have you still been in communication? Have you not communicated at all? Because that will determine how you approach this. Um, when you say, "Will my ex come back to me?" There's two ways of looking at that. Number one is you have no communication with this person, and you're hoping that at some point the doors will open, the bridge communication will be there, and you guys will be able to reconnect to some degree. Or this person is already in your life. It's just the dynamic is not what you would want it to be, and you want them to come back to you romantically, right? And again, those are two completely different approaches. And it's difficult to provide you with specific recommendations or strategies because every situation is different. Every situation is subjective based on what your experience is. And therefore, if you are in this position and you're wanting to know if that person is going to come back, I would highly recommend booking a one-on-one coaching session. You will not regret it, and it's something that will just provide you with clarity and understanding, and maybe even the closure that you are looking for, so that you can move past this period, so you can move past this point in your life. Um, I've worked with many, many people before in this type of situation, and I know how difficult it can be. I know how much it can actually hold you back from the potential of a new relationship, or even just feeling like yourself again. So let's work through those things together. I will provide a link in the description box down below. And honestly, generally speaking, if you just have any questions, if you have comments, if you're experiencing this, leave it down in the comment section down below. I love to interact with you guys. I'd like to talk to you about these things because that's what this channel is about. That's what this community is for. Make sure you're hitting subscribe and like if you connect to this content, if you feel like this content is helping you and supporting you. We greatly appreciate it, and it helps us to continue to create content and provide you with the support that you feel that you need. So again, let's reiterate what I mentioned. Number one, the reasons for the breakup. That's going to be very important. Number two, how long has it been since you broke up? Because that will also contribute to how you approach the situation, and how we navigate that. And the last thing here is the dynamic between the two of you guys post breakup. Are you currently communicating, or are you not communicating? And one of the most important things to take into consideration here is your mindset. How are you viewing this? Is it that you are hoping this person will get in contact with you again because you haven't spoken for a while? Or are you already speaking and you're trying to change the dynamic to more of a romantic dynamic again? Either way, we are happy to support you through this process if that is something that you need. Again, my name is Danny. I hope you found this content. I hope you found this subject matter and the recommendations helpful. Hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.